NMLS 217037 and 145502, and Cal BRE 018694452 and 1866775.
You're listening to Ron Siegel's Home and Finance Radio Show, only on Financial News and Talk. Now live in studio, your host, local and national real estate expert and consumer advocate, Ron Siegel.
And hello again. Welcome to Ron Siegel Radio. This is the show with no real boundaries as we discuss current events, financial markets, politics, sports, even poking fun at the rest of the media. This is the show that connects the dots of confusion delivered by conflicting media reports. We connect the dots so you know the actions you can take, how your family, your business can benefit from current events. Most of all, thank you for joining me. Before we get into our intriguing content today, let me remind you, within every market there are solutions as well as tremendous opportunities. You just need some trusted guidance. That's my message. I deliver it every day. We have a very focused show. We only chat about items that affect the roof over your head, your bank account, and anything I feel would benefit you. And just remember, that's the number you call anytime, that 800-306-1990, 800-306-1990, or ronsiegelradio.com. When you call that number, it comes directly to me first. There are no operators standing by. I am it.
Quiet, numbskulls, I'm broadcasting.
While I'd have a great team when it comes to developing a financing plan or plan to save you money, I personally work with you. Even if you don't have any needs today, save this number in your phone for future reference. 800-306-1990, 800-306-1990. And yes, of course, we are celebrating today. Holy cow, we're ready for this one. Now, those of you that know me well, you understand that this is one of my favorite days of the year. So we're going to get the drum roll going. We will share with you that today is National Martini Day. Can't go wrong with that one. Gotta love a martini. Just a very, very dry, please. Kettle 1, 3 blue cheese stuffed olives. And just put it up if that would suit you. I know it'll suit me perfectly. That's the way I like them. So let's chat and see what else is happening in the markets right now. I know it's been a record-setting morning once again. I looked at the markets very early this morning. They were at record territory, 21,499 right now. We're up 115 points. Oil at 44.57 per barrel. That means we're down 17 cents a barrel as I am speaking to you right now. And when what does that tell us about our own situation? I know I was able to, did you check out the gas prices this weekend? I went and filled up 259.9. I know that is not the norm in Taxifornia. We are 229.3 national average according to AAA, $3.06 is the average for the state of confusion, or better known as Taxifornia. And then we certainly want to look at what that 10-year Treasury is doing. It's up a little bit this morning, 2.176, which does tell us that we should be expecting an increase in the pricing on a little increase on our 30-year fixed rate loans. But again, remember the bottom line on that, even as we see, it's all about you. It's all about your situation. Don't worry about what others are saying. Don't worry about what it looks like for somebody else, because you're not paying their bills. So don't worry about them. Obviously, we like to look out for our neighbor. But here's the issue when it comes to that, is what does that mean to you and your family? If you're thinking about moving, that's important information for you. If you are thinking about that debt consolidation loan, that is an important consideration for you as well. So think about those issues. That's what we're really looking at. That's what the important part of that whole process is when I tell you about the 30-year fixed rate loan each day. When I tell you about where we stand on the marketplace, that's the thought process right there. Just giving you some background information. Think about that one. I guess a little bit early on that, boys. And I guess they think that I'm maybe, I don't know what they're thinking over there in our sound room, but we will continue our conversation as we move on today. Top news, what are we seeing? Of course, another terrorist attack in London. Little more than 2 weeks after 8 people were killed in a terrorist attack in London. 1 person was killed and another 10 injured when a van plowed into a crowd of pedestrians exiting a mosque in a predominantly Muslim neighborhood late Sunday. Driver was arrested. The London mayor, Sadiq Khan, labeled the incident a horrific terrorist attack. It is the 4th terror-related incident in the United Kingdom in less than 3 months, suggesting maybe we better start watching out what's going on some of these things. The rhetoric doesn't help. Over in London, obviously, they've got their own issues that they're dealing with over there. But just be careful of what you're hearing. Be careful of what you're saying, what's going on. Just a word of warning. Bill O'Reilly coming back, hosting his own television show, a 30-minute nightly TV news broadcast, similar to his Fox News show, coming back on. Wonder where it's going to be. We'll keep you posted on that one. Trump's approval rating, the president's approval rating is going up. A new survey from Rasmussen Reports shows that President Trump's approval rating is finally heading in a positive direction, literally. The poll found that 50% of likely U.S. voters now approve of the job the president is doing, while 50% disapprove. Moving right along. You gotta love it. The president's personal attorney, Jay Sekulow, on a lot of the Sunday shows this weekend, talking about the president's tweets. You know, it would be sure nice. I love the idea that the president does all these tweeting. The issue that bothers me the most, though, is that we can't get him to stop the issue. I like it if he'd stop tweeting about some of these investigations. Let them just fuddle out, but he keeps bringing them back to the forefront. Let's start the tweets, and let's get him talking about tax reform. Let's get him talking about how we can get health care back working again. There's a lot out there that he could be doing, but unfortunately he's too busy doing this stupid stuff just like the Democrats are doing. So I'm just very, very disappointed in watching what he's got going on these different issues. It just really, really bugs me that he continues that issue. Excuse me there, just a little frog in the throat there on a Monday morning. Hope you had a great Father's Day. As I digress here. Those of you that are fathers or you got to spend some time with your fathers, I hope that was an enjoyable time for you. Moving right along in the news, Bill Cosby, regardless of what you think of him, the case was a mistrial declared in his case. 52 hours of deliberating. They could not come to a verdict, so that one there is just going to move on to the back burner for a little while. Hopefully, I think it's 120 days they're looking at the idea of bringing that case back and starting it all over again. Wonder what's going to happen with that one. You can have your own thoughts about it. You got to just wonder. I shared this thought with some folks over the weekend, and I think I got some pretty snide remarks and snide looks. But here's the issue that I look at these. There is never, ever a good reason to drug somebody else. Heck, I'm not even a fan of drugs on your own. Never a good reason of drugging somebody. And if he's guilty of drugging somebody, I think that there is a price to pay. He is no better than anybody else. He should pay the price. But there are certain instances where in different days, well, I'm not even sure it's different days. I believe that these things happen. And people use the assets they have. Some people are extremely intelligent, and that gets them where they want to go. Some people, bald and fat like me, I don't know if that's so great. It doesn't get you a whole lot of ways in certain circles. But then you look at others where they've got an asset, their appearance, and they make the most of it. They use that asset to their abilities. And if you're in Southern California and you ever watch the Carl's Jr. commercials, did anybody care about what their burgers tasted like? I'm just saying that some of the commercials, you weren't watching them for the commercials. There are other avenues there, and people use the assets they have. Just saying it. It's not so abnormal. And as we've said it before, Well, I guess my guys are asleep.
It is what it is.
There it is. It is what it is. It's just the way of the world. Whether you like it or not, people use what they have to get what they want. And, I'm not saying that again, I don't condone the drugging, but if some of these folks were using an asset they had, who am I to say that they are the wrong things for them to be doing if it's consenting adults? Moving right along, talking about wrong things of doing. Holy cow, are you watching what's going on in Colorado once again? I love the state of Colorado is almost as fascinating to watch as the state of confusion. Just in a different arena. They've come up and said it is okay in the state of Colorado to buy and sell and do whatever you want with marijuana. But now look at what they're looking at regulating in the state of Colorado. I love this one. This Colorado group wants to ban the sale of cell phones to kids under 13 years old. Where in the world does the government get involved in some of these things? They're saying that it's bad for the kids. Parents against underage smartphones is the backers of the move, would now need about 300,000 voter signatures for the legislation to make the 2018 ballot. The ban would require cell phone retailers to ask customers about the age of the primary user of a smartphone and submit monthly reports to the Colorado Department of Revenue on adhering to the requirement. Unbelievable. Retailers who sell a phone for use by a preteen would get a warning for the first offense, but may face fines from $500 to $20,000 for continued violations.
You're absolutely useless.
Unbelievable. That's Colorado. Now I wonder if whoever came up with this regulation or this concept, do you think they were participating in the little smokeout that they do in Colorado? I just question that concept there in Colorado. You gotta. Unbelievable. You are listening to Ron Siegel Radio, discussing your real estate current events and the financial markets. When we come back, buying is now 33.1% cheaper than renting in the U.S. Missed a monthly payment? Here's some steps that you can take right away to rectify that situation. Ways to bring in extra cash each month. Don't call Bill Cosby. 13 money myths that could derail your finances. Ways to pay for college without student loans. All that and more. You can reach us anytime. Off-air number 800-306-1990, 800-306-1990, or RonSiegelRadio.com. Connect with us. Facebook.com/Ron Siegel Radio. On Twitter @Ron Siegel. Stay tuned. We'll be back in just a few.
Are you earning a safe, secure 10+% return on your investments? Is your credit score over 800? Are you living in the home of your dreams or simply where you think you can afford? If the answer to any of these questions is no, what are you doing about it? Text ATP to 79564. Complete a 3-minute complimentary survey and the area trusted professionals of Ron Siegel Radio will reach out to you to develop a success strategy for you. Again, all you need to do is text ATP to 79564.
What if your family business could help clothe a less fortunate family? Or your restaurant could feed truly hungry people? What if you could help to comfort the lonely? Plant sustainable resources where nothing has ever grown before? Or make a child's lifelong wish come true? What if all you had to do was simply do nothing more than what your business already does every day? Would you do it? Introducing Processing for a Cause, a unique program that turns a percentage of your business's credit card volume into ongoing donation dollars from nonprofit organizations and foundations. Simply switch your credit card processing provider to Processing for a Cause and begin supporting a worthy cause today. The process is simple, and the cause will change lives forever. Processing for a Cause.
Are you a
Own a home and need money? The Siegel lending team is here to help veterans refinance and get the money they need. The VA 100 lets you borrow up to 100% of your home's value, refinance your mortgages, consolidate credit cards, and lower your payments by an average of $700 a month. And the Siegel lending team knows that character means more than a credit score. Call 800-306-1990. That's 800-306-1990. Rate subject to change without notice. Licensed by the California Department of Corporations, NMLS 21037, and DRE number 018694552.
Are you a veteran, police officer, firefighter, doctor, nurse, or teacher? If so, you qualify as one of Ron Siegel's VIP heroes, and we have rewards $5,000 or $10,000 when you buy, sell, or refinance a home with one of the Ron Siegel radio partners. As one of the heroes, real estate agents will rebate part of their commission. Lending partners will give a credit at closing. The title company has special published rates, and many other service providers have incentives too. All you need to do is call Ron Siegel Radio at 1-800-306-1990. That's 1-800-306-1990. Or visit VIPHeroProgram.com. Just think about what you will do with all the rebates and incentives from the partners of Ron Siegel Radio. Just call us at 800-306-1990 so we can show you our appreciation for your service.
You're listening to Ron Siegel's Home and Finance Show with local and national expert Ron Siegel. Now, here's Ron.
Welcome back to Ron Siegel Radio. Within every market, there are solutions as well as tremendous opportunities. You just need some trusted guidance. That's my message, and as your consumer advocate, I will be delivering it every day on Ron Siegel Radio or anytime at 800-306-1990, 800-306-1990. In the Your Credit Matters segment today, being brought to you by Gold Star Mortgage. When you're ready for that next mortgage, any mortgage, Gold Star has the programs, the products that are good for you, that are best for you. How do I know that? It's simple. They have got so many programs over there that you can actually look into to see what makes sense for you and your family. But I know that they've got to have the right one for you as well, just because they've got so many of them. So FHA, VA, USDA, conventional, conforming, they've got them all. All you got to do is give me a call at 800-306-1990. I will put you in touch with the right people, find the right program for you. You missed a monthly payment. Here are some steps to take immediately. And we know that money sometimes is tight. We know sometimes the expenses are a little more than the income, or income drops a little bit on a temporary basis. These are all parts of life. Maybe you just got busy and forgot to make a payment. Either way, you've paid a bill late, and you're probably wondering, what happens now? Well, here's the issue we will share with you. Let's see if we can get our guys. Well, maybe they're not going to show up on time again today. Well, let's see what happens here. So, credit cards, if you have that issue, if you missed a credit card payment, even by a day, you'll likely be charged a late fee on a personal credit card. That first-time late fee can be as much as $27. On a business credit card, you may be charged more if you're late. $39 is a common, though a couple of business card issuers charge up to $49. If you pay your consumer credit card late twice within a 6-month period, the issuer can charge more for the second infraction, up to $38. Do you usually pay your balance in full to avoid interest? That late payment will wipe out that advantage, and you'll be charged interest on your average daily balance. On top of that, interest may be charged on late fees as well in order to get your grace period back. You'll need to pay off your statement balance in full and then continue to pay in full each month. What about your credit reports? Credit card issuers don't report your late payments unless you're at least 30 days late. You can check your personal and business credit for free. Again, there's a lot of different services for that. Give me a call. If you haven't been late on a credit card payment in the past, call your issuer and ask them to give you a courtesy waiver of that late fee. They may be willing to do that if you haven't missed payments if that's not a regular issue for you. Remember, here again, I've talked to you about this in the past, the proper way to pay mortgage payments or credit card payments. Set up your payment so you've got a minimum payment, especially if you're used to paying your bills in full. So set up your payments so that on the payment due date every single month, depending upon what you run up as your bill all the time, in many instances you just set that payment to be $50. So every month right before your payment due date, you've automatically got a $50 go through your bank's auto bill pay service and set it up so that there's always a $50 payment that's going to the credit card company. That way you don't have to ever worry about this issue. The other part of that is prior to about a week before your statement comes, before your statement closing date, and you have to go online for this, you look and see what your balance is, and then you make that payment, a majority of it, leave $30, $40, $50 that hasn't been paid, so you have a very, very low bill, and whatever your maximum available credit is, you get a very low percentage there. If the percentage is low, then that helps your credit score. If it's zero, sometimes the bureaus don't know how to handle that. Mortgage payments, we're still talking about what happens if you miss a payment. Missed a mortgage payment, in most cases you'll have a grace period before a late payment kicks in. Here's the issue. Your mortgage payment is not due on the 15th of the month. It is due on the 1st of the month. There is a grace period in most instances until the 15th of the month. That's the end of the grace period. So when you say, well, I paid it on the 16th, I was only a day late. No, you were 16 days late. Now, generally, most mortgage lenders don't impose a late fee on your payment at least 10 to 15 days after that, but you may start getting annoying robocalls if your payment is overdue and if it hasn't been received by the due date. The late fee on a mortgage can be steep, often 5% of the mortgage payment. So if you've got a $1,000 mortgage payment, you could have a $50 late fee. That can add up quickly. Once again, it's that 30-day rule. The notation on your credit report is 30 days late, 30 to 60, 60 to 90, or 90 to above. 30 days late would mean the 30th day of the month, not 30 days after the 15th, which is already 15 days late. So remember that part of it. Again, if it's it's a rare issue, you may be able to call your credit card your mortgage servicing company and ask them to not report it as late and give you a one-time goodwill favor. Car payments, auto lenders will impose late fees. The amount will be stated on your contract. But also keep in mind that auto lenders can often repossess quickly, and some do. Make sure you reach out to your lender if you fall behind on a car payment to avoid being left high and dry without a vehicle. The repossession laws do vary from state to state. Similar to credit card payments, most auto and mortgage lenders do not report a late payment to credit bureaus unless you are 30 days late, so you probably won't see a missed payment on your credit card. Missed a utility or cell phone payment. Typically, after a few days, a late fee will be assessed, but you'll probably still have access to that service until you miss a second payment. Utility and cell phone payment histories are not typically reported on credit card reports, though they may appear on what are sometimes known as specialty credit reporting agencies that collect and report that type of data. Now, be aware that if it does go to collection, that's a different issue. You can have a cell phone bill show up on a collection if that is where you've found yourself. What happens if you're 30 to 59 days late, and what to do next? If you are late 30 days on a credit card, car loan, mortgage payment, very likely that late payment will appear on your next credit report, and your credit scores could drop significantly. A drop of 50 points or more would not be unusual. So you got to really watch these issues when that happens. 60 to 89 days late, as you fall further behind on payments, lenders are going to become much more aggressive. They will likely be phone calls, and letters and demands for payment will escalate. Your credit card issuer may freeze your credit line so you can't use the card. If this happens, reach out to see if you can work out a payment arrangement to get back on track. If you are 60 days or more behind on your car payment and need to keep your vehicle to get to work, etc., you may want to talk to a bankruptcy attorney to find out what your options are. Otherwise, you might find it's been repossessed again. Give me a call, 800-306-1990. I can put you in touch with some great individuals to help with this. Your credit scores are going to drop more significantly the further you fall behind. Credit scoring models look at how recent the late payment was, how many times you were late, and how severe the delinquency. 60 days late is worse than 30 days late regardless of the amount of the late payment. An unpaid utility or cell phone account may be closed and turned over to collections at this point. Collection accounts usually appear on credit reports even if the bill wasn't reported before that time. A collection account is severely negative and can cause your credit scores to drop significantly. Remember, there's new rules going into effect July 1 on credit scores and how some of these items are reported. If you are 90 days or more late, your credit scores have already been significantly impacted by your late payments. At this point, other lenders may take note of your financial troubles. Your credit card issuers could lower your credit limits or raise your interest rates on future credit card purchases with proper advance notice. Get professional advice. It's time to talk with a credit counseling agency and or a bankruptcy attorney to find out what your best options may be. Even if you decide to slog through it and catch up on your own, those professionals can give you a better idea of how to get back on track and protect yourself while you do. Not surprisingly, FICO's research shows that the credit score drop from a 90-day late payment is greater than that of a 30-day late payment, and it also takes significantly longer to recover. That is the Your Credit Matters segment. Again, brought to you by that one's brought to you by Gold Star Mortgage. When you're ready for that next mortgage, Gold Star. If you're buying a new home, Gold Star's got some great programs right now. Get pre-underwritten. That is their Fast Pass pre-approval. It's a great service. Helps your real estate agent, lets you make a same as cash offer. So you're going to be out there in a much better situation than maybe the next guy on the street because you've actually got that Fast Pass approval, which allows your agent to remove the loan contingencies at the time of the offer. You are listening to Ron Siegel Radio, discussing your real estate, current events, and the financial markets. When we come back, ways to bring in extra cash each month, money myths that could derail your finances, and buying is now 33.1% cheaper than renting in the U.S. Remember to reach us anytime. Call our off-air number, 800-306-1990, 800-306-1990, or RonSiegelRadio.com. Connect with us, Facebook.com/Ron Siegel Radio. On Twitter, @Ron Siegel. Stay tuned. We'll be back in just a few.
Siegel Lending Team offers you buying power. Let's say you can afford a monthly mortgage payment, including principal and interest, of around $1,900. With today's rate on a 3-year fixed mortgage of 3.75%, APR 3.8%, that payment could support a $416,000 mortgage. But if you wait and rates tick up to around 6.5%, which is roughly the average mortgage rate over the past 30 years, that same $1,900 mortgage payment, including principal and interest, may will support a $314,000 mortgage. That's for $100,000 worth of home you're missing out on by waiting. That's buying power. All you need to do to get started is reach out to the Siegel Lending Team at 800-306-1990. That's 800-306-1990. Or visit SiegelLendingTeam.com. That's SIEGEL LendingTeam.com. Payment example excludes taxes and insurance. Call us for full details, 800-306-1990. That's 800-306-1990 or SiegelLendingTeam.com. Equal housing lender, licensed under NMLS number 217037.
Is your credit score over 800? Are you living in the home of your dreams or simply where you think you can afford? Are you earning a safe, secure 10+% return on your investments? If the answer to any of these questions is no, what are you doing about it? Text ATP to 79564. Complete a 3-minute complimentary survey, and the area trusted professionals of Ron Siegel Radio will reach out to you to develop a success strategy for you. Again, all you need to do is text ATP to 79564.
Are you purchasing or own a luxury home? If you're like so many others, home is your largest asset and the mortgage is your largest debt. The Siegel lending team has some amazing financing opportunities now. Jumbo loans up to $2 million, 30-year rates below 4%, 15-year rates 3.5%, and if you can believe it, senior and only hybrid in low 3s. Siegel lending team has all the options for your jumbo or home loan requirements. Take advantage of them while you can. To learn more about all the other financing products available from the Siegel lending team, call 1-800-306-1990. That's 1-800-306-1990. Or visit SiegelLendingTeam.com. That's SIEGEL LendingTeam.com. Again, call 1-800-306-1990. Rates subject to change without notice. Licensed by NMLS ID 217037 and 145502. Equal housing lender.
Do you own real estate or have assets over $150,000? Do you know one of your heirs will be the probate courts and the IRS? If you don't have a living trust, you will go through probate. Call Heritage Financial Services toll free at 1-855-434-7400 for a free review. Check us out on Facebook. Heritage Financial Service in Lake Forest, California. 1-855-434-7400. Again, 1-855-434-7400.
You're listening to Ron Siegel's Home and Finance.
Are you earning a safe, secure 10+% return on your investments? Is your credit score over 800? Are you living in the home of your dreams or simply where you think you can afford? If the answer to any of these questions is no, what are you doing about it? Text ATP to 79564. Complete a 3-minute complimentary survey, and the area trusted professionals on Siegel Radio will reach out to you to develop a success strategy for you. Again, all you need to do is text ATP to 7564.
What if your family business could help clothe a less fortunate family? Or your restaurant could feed truly hungry people? What if you could help to comfort the lonely? Plant sustainable resources where nothing has ever grown before? Or make a child's lifelong wish come true? What if all you had to do was simply do nothing more than what your business already does every day? Would you do it? Introducing Processing for a Cause, a unique program that turns a percentage of your business's credit card volume into ongoing donation dollars for nonprofit organizations and foundations. Simply switch your credit card processing provider to Processing for a Cause and begin supporting a worthy cause today. The process is simple, and the cause will change lives forever. Processing for a Cause.
Are you a veteran, own a home, and need money? Siegel Lending is here to help veterans refinance and get the money they need. The VA 100 lets you borrow up to 100% of your home's value, refinance your mortgages, consolidate credit cards, and lower your payment an average of $700 a month. And the Siegel Lending team knows that character means more than a credit score. Call 800-306-1990. That's 800-306-1990. Rate subject to change without notice. Licensed by the California Department of Corporations, NMLS 237 and DRE number 018694452.
Are you a veteran, police officer, firefighter, doctor, nurse, or teacher? If so, you qualify as one of Ron Siegel's VIP heroes, and we have rewards up to $5,000 or $10,000 when you buy, sell, or refinance a home with one of the Ron Siegel radio partners. As one of the heroes, real estate agents will rebate part of their commission. Lending partners will give a credit at closing. The title company has special published rates, and many other service providers have incentives too. All you need to do is call Ron Siegel Radio at 1-800-306-1990. That's 1-800-306-1990. VIPHeroProgram.com. Just think, you will do all rebates and incentives from the partners of Ron Siegel Radio. Just call us 800-306-1990 so we can show you our appreciation for your service.
You're listening to Ron Siegel's Home and Finance Show with local and national expert Ron Siegel. Now, here's Ron.
Welcome back to Ron Siegel Radio. Within every market, there are solutions as well as tremendous opportunities. You just need some trusted guidance. That's my message, and as your consumer advocate, I will be delivering it every day on Ron Siegel Radio or anytime at 800-306-1990, 1990. The real-time real estate segment today being brought to you by the area-trusted real estate professionals of Ron Siegel Radio. Text NEST, N-E-S-T, to 79564. Answer a few questions there, and you're going to get a text message every time your dream home comes available with your specific parameters that you've set. No advertising here, just some great information for you being texted to you real time. 33% is the number. Yeah, buying now, 33.1% cheaper than renting in the U.S. The results of the latest rent versus buy report from Trulia show that home ownership remains cheaper than renting with a traditional 30-year fixed-rate mortgage in the 100 largest metro areas in the United States. The updated numbers actually show that the range is an average of 3.5% less expensive in San Jose, California, all the way up to 50.1% less expensive in Baton Rouge, Louisiana, and 33.1% nationwide. Other interesting findings in the report include interest rates remain low, and even though some home prices have appreciated around the country, they haven't greatly outpaced rental appreciation. With rents and home values moving in tandem, shifts in the rent versus buy decision are largely driven by changes in mortgage interest rates. Nationally, rates would have to reach 9.1%. Ow, my guys are still asleep, I think. 9.1%. Yeah, ow. A 128% increase over today's average of 4% for renting to be cheaper than buying. Rates haven't been that high since January 1995, according to Freddie Mac. Oh. So buying a home makes sense socially and financially. If you are one of the many renters out there who would like to evaluate your ability to buy this year, let's get together and talk about your dream home. Moving right along today, that is the real-time real estate segment again, brought to you by the area-trusted real estate professionals of Ron Siegel Radio. And we are going to ask you once again, just simply text NEST, N-E-S-T, to 79564. One of the real estate professionals will reach out to you. They'll give you some information. Now, one of the things we like, we also offer that PAIR, P-E-A-R, the PAIR report. And that PAIR report gets you the information that you need to make decision on your home equity. I saw a report that came out, interesting there, saw a report that came out over the weekend letting us know, you gotta love sometimes we got these technical difficulties. If you're watching us on RonSiegelRadio.tv, we're not having that there, but we are seeing some on the audio side of the broadcast. So we're trying to reconnect that right now. That's the noise that you hear in the background from our engineers. So the PAIR report, what is that PAIR report? That PAIR report is something that is simply letting you know that the equity position, it's not the CMA, it's not a traditional CMA that many real estate professionals are using. The PAIR report is a report that tells you what your equity is in your property. And that's a big difference than just what you owe on it and what the market value is of it. What is that PAIR report? So it looks at all the properties in the area, the things that match your home's values, your home's specific situation. And then you're looking at that and you're able to go and take a look and see, what is it that you owe? What do you own? What is your equity position? Equity is not the same as value, because you've got to look and see what your mortgage balance is. You take your mortgage balance off of the value of the property, and that's going to get you the information that you need right there.
Instructions.
So that
Since it appears you're calling into a live show, we're connecting you now.
Gotta love how technology just overtakes us. But again, that PAIR report, PEAR, Professional Equity Analysis Review, is just getting you some great information on what your true equity position. We did a call with some of the real estate professionals this last week, giving them information. We do a lot of educational work with real estate professionals around the country. And the number of people that don't know the value of their property, of their amount of equity that they have, is staggering. And the reason I like to share that information is because you have probably more equity than you understand. The number of people with equity in their properties right now is 37% of the people believe they have greater than 20% equity, 37%. But in actuality, it is 78.9%, and that's a national number. 78.9% nationally have more than 20% equity. Here in Taxifornia, 84.8% of us have more than 20% equity in our property. 84.8%. How do you make an educated decision on these issues when you haven't been educated, when you're not getting that great information that we offer you on a regular basis? All you have to do is ask for it. And again, all you have to do is text PAIR, P-E-A-R, to 79564. We'll get a real estate professional in your area. And you need both. You need the real estate professional, you need the equity numbers, you need the mortgage statement. You see, when you go and do an online balance or an online market analysis, they don't tell you what your equity position is. They just say, your house is worth $465,000. That doesn't tell you anything. Because you might say, well, I borrowed $300,000, so I've got $165,000 in equity. No. You've been paying against it, so you've probably got more equity than that. That's why we've got that divergence where 37% believe they have over 20% equity, but in California, the real number is 84.8%. That's why that happens, is because you haven't got all the information that you need. You go on these online services, and they're a good place, they're a good starting point. But when you're talking about a $200,000, $400,000, $600,000 investment, and maybe a $500,000 loan or liability, don't leave that information to online services. You want to get professional guidance on that. You are listening to Ron Siegel Radio, discussing your real estate current events and the financial markets. When we come back, ways to bring in extra money. We will chat about it. Money myths that could derail your finances. We've got that one to chat about as well. And you are listening to Ron Siegel Radio. You can reach me anytime. Off-air number 800-306-1990. 800-306-1990 or ronsiegelradio.com. Connect with us, facebook.com/Ron Siegel Radio. On Twitter at Ron Siegel. Stay tuned. We'll be back in just a few.
Are you living in the home of your dreams or simply where you think you can afford? You earn safe, secure 10+ return on your investments? Is your credit score over 800? If the answer to any of these questions is no, you doing out. Text ATP to 9564. Complete a 3-minute complimentary survey. Area trusted professionals of Ron Siegel Radio reach out to you to develop a success strategy for you. All you need to do is text ATP to 79564.
Isn't it time you found the truth about FHA-insured home conversion? No, with your grandmother's reverse mortgage. This just may be the finest financial plan strategy available for homeowners of retirement age. Helping protect what you've earned if your board of directors continued education. Major research has shown using a HECM will definitely enhance the success rate of retirees' portfolio and legacy. Please allow us to educate. For your complimentary consultation, call Dave Kaplan at 49300-385 949-300-3055.
Are you currently renting a home? Do you like paying someone else's mortgage payment? Why not explore the options to purchase your own home? Can you imagine a 30-year fixed rate loan below 0.25% APR? This means $10,500 you can purchase $200,000 home and a principal and interest payment of about $1,400 per month. What do you pay for rent? Does your family deserve the opportunity to To take advantage of the current market, to learn more about these exciting opportunities, the Siegel Lending is standing by to speak with you. Call now, 1-800-306-1990. That's 1-800-306-1990. Or visit SiegelLending.com. SIGEL Lending.com. Or 1-800-306-1990. Rate subject without notice. Licensed NMLID 217037 and 14552. Equal housing lender. Endorsed or sponsored by any government agency.
Do you have a goal for free ownership? What if your home was valued at $5,000? You aware free and clear home would be costing you $25 every month, $30,000 per year. The mortgage planners at the Siegel Lending Team would like to show how you own your home, generate tax income, and accumulate family wealth. You simply need to call the Siegel Team at 800-306-1990. That is 800-306-1990. By sending a copy of your most recent mortgage statement, the team will send you a no-obligation estate plan. You be the judge if this is right for your family. Again, all you have to do is send a copy of your statement email to eap@ronsiegelradio.com or call today. Ron Siegel, 1-800-306-1990. That is 1-800-306-1990.
Rate subject and without licensed by the California C and BRENMLS 277-145-502 and CAT RE 869-452 and 866-775.
You're listening to Ron Siegel's Home and Finance Show with national expert Ron Siegel. Now, here's Ron.
Welcome back to Ron Siegel Radio. Within every market, there are solutions as well as tremendous opportunities. You just need some trusted guidance. That's my message, and as your consumer advocate, I will be delivering it every day on Ron Siegel Radio or anytime at 800-306-1990, 800-306-1990. The Word on Wealth segment today being brought to you by AskAboutReverseMortgages.com. Are you over 62 years of age? Do you have equity in your property? Well, if the answer to that is yes, the reverse mortgage might be a good solution for you. I never know what is a good solution for somebody until we sit down and have a chat with them. But the reverse mortgage could be a good solution for you. Let's chat about it and see if it does make sense for your family. So let's talk about some ways to bring in extra money. That is one of the topics that we had, ways to bring in extra money each month. In our society nowadays, there is a whole lot of those. So whether you're trying to pay off debt, save money toward retirement, or just boost your monthly income, there are a lot of ways to make more money. Depending on your situation, schedule, and skills, there are a few different routes you can take, including opportunities at your current workplace. Considering a new job or simply taking on various gigs on the side, there are tons of ways to make extra cash from your smartphone, your laptop at home, or even just by running some errands for people in your area. Here's a list of some of those ways for you to just think about a little bit here and there. Give you some ideas on some of those different thoughts. Number one, obviously, is the easy one. Just ask for a raise. A lot of people are afraid of asking for a raise at work, but if you think about it, worst case your boss says is no. Best case your boss says is yes. However, you need to have a strong argument when you decide to make your move. Do some prep work and have your talking points ready to go. Know the salary range for your position, the value you add to the company, and specific examples of your accomplishments at work. Consider timing, too. When you've been performing at the highest level is a good time to ask. If there's a lot of negative issues going on at the office, may not be the best time to ask. You might need to look at a new job. If you're stuck in a rut, start looking for a new job that you will enjoy and make more money. That's an option. Run errands or do odd jobs for people. TaskRabbit is a website where people pay other people to do small tasks for them. For example, someone in your area, your local area, may be looking to hire someone to run errands for them, like picking up their dry cleaning or help them move. Redbeacon.com. Get price quotes and book appointments for local services, such as those provided by a plumber or an electrician. Make extra money on the go. Checkpoints.com is an app that offers manufactured deals while you're in the store. You earn points for simply scanning the barcode on an item in a store. No purchase of the product is necessary. You can redeem the points you collect for free gift cards, airline miles, and other perks. EasyShiftApp.com. This app essentially turns you into an on-demand secret shopper. You're assigned shifts by product manufacturers who want people on the ground to go into stores and confirm that their merchandise is being displayed properly. The pay rate for a shift is between $3 and $8, and the money is remitted to you via PayPal. Field agent, find local jobs in your area and complete them within 2 hours for cash. Use your skills to make $5 at a time. Fiverr.com is a virtual marketplace where people can offer their services for $5 to $10 or request services they want done. While $5 isn't a huge amount of money, if you can complete a few jobs quickly using the skills you already have, the money can add up to some decent extra cash. Customer service, if you are a people person or a problem solver. Taking on a customer service job on the side may be just the thing for you, according to Bankrate. Customer service jobs typically pay higher than $15 per hour, and the number of jobs available in the industry is expected to jump by 18% by 2018. Also, customer service jobs can be good side jobs because the peak times tend to be early morning, evenings, and weekends. FlexJobs.com is a great resource for finding a part-time position that fits your needs and skills. While the site charges a minimum fee of $15 per month, FlexJobs does a good job of vetting the legitimacy of postings before publishing them on the site, so you know you're signing up for a legit job that will earn you extra income. If you don't want to pay the monthly fee, the site's blog is still a good resource for finding legit, flexible jobs. A virtual assistant, if you're organized and have strong computer and communication skills, you can make some pretty good money as a virtual assistant. Virtual assistants perform a variety of tasks ranging from setting up appointments to typing out emails and buying supplies, and it's all done from the comfort of your own home. Another perk is that the tasks can typically be done outside of normal business hours, making it an ideal side job for someone looking to make extra cash. Sites like Zirtual and virtualassistants.com make the process of finding an executive in need of some flexible assistance pretty easy, but may require a fee. Another way to find virtual assistance jobs is through Craigslist. I'm not a big fan of that one. And according to the Bureau of Labor Statistics, virtual assistants can make up to $100 per hour, although $25 per hour is a more typical starting point. Sell some stuff on eBay or Craigslist, another good one. Sell your old clothes. Become a pet sitter. Dogvacay.com is a pet sitting service that offers daytime and overnight jobs. The company states you can earn up to $1,000 a month or $30 a night when you sign up to be a sitter. You have to submit photos of yourself and photos of your home, as well as information about your own pets. The company offers 24/7 customer service via phone, email, and online chat, as well as pet insurance for every reservation. Care.com also offers pet care. You can choose occasional, part-time, or full-time work. Freelance writer is another one. Skyward.com is a great way for established writers to make a good chunk of extra money and become a driver. NerdWallet did some research into what drivers of ride-sharing companies like Uber, Lyft, or Sidecar can make, and it's a pretty good amount of money. And in case you're not familiar with the idea of ride-sharing, it's where anyone can make themselves available on demand via an app as a car for hire to give you a ride. According to NerdWallet's analysis of data from Sherpa Share, a service that lets drivers track income and expenses, an Uber driver can make $50,000 a year if they pick up an average of around 60 fares a week, which is about 20 hours of work. Full-time driver, $100,000 a year, according to NerdWallet research. So if you don't mind picking up non-sober people on the weekends, which are typically the times with the highest earning potential for drivers, then this could be a great way for you to make some extra cash. Rent out your car. Turo.com, JustShareIt.com, GetAround.com are services that provide car owners a way to rent out their car for cash, as well as an affordable rental option for people who just need to borrow a car for a short time. Participate in focus groups. There are tutoring online. Study Pool, Chegg Tutors pays $20 an hour. Tutor.com. Teach an online course, get cash back, sell your old electronics, do odd jobs, resell items from thrift stores, design and build websites, rent out your house, sell your photos online, reduce your expenses, switch banks, turn your commute into cash. That's a new peer-to-peer delivery service called Roadie that can be a great way to earn extra cash along your daily commute, a road trip, or any other trip you're already taking. The way it works is the service connects people who have stuff they need to send with drivers heading in the right direction. So all you have to do is deliver the stuff along your way, and you get paid for it. The amount ranges from $8 to $50 for local trips, and as much as several $100s for long-distance trips. And you can pick up as much as you want as long as it all fits in your car. Sell used books, easy for me to say. Review websites for cash. Sites like Uber Testing will pay $10 to $10 for a 20-minute test, allowing you to make $30 an hour. All you have to do is test out websites and provide your feedback. That's user testing. That is the Word on Wealth segment, again brought to you by askaboutreversemortgages.com. Again, if you have that money, if you have that age, 62 years of age or older, and you're looking to make some extra money, they've got the solutions for you. I just suggest that you take a look at it, get educated. If maybe for your mom, grandma, senior that you know or love, that's the site to go to, askaboutreversemortgages.com. And be sure to set that radio first set preset button to come back here every day to join Ron Siegel Radio, where we only speak about items affecting your house and your bank account. Thanks to all of our sponsors. A big thanks to John, who's engineering us today. And, of course, a special thanks to you for spending a little bit of your day with us. That's all for Ron Siegel Radio. Again, if you have any questions or to meet any of our guests, call me anytime, 800-306-1990, 800-306-1990, or ronsiegelradio.com. And remember, make a lot of money, help a lot of people, have a lot of fun. Have a great day. We'll talk to you next time on Ron Siegel Radio.